Alright, quick update on some fear and greed metrics, starting off with what's going on in Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin fear and greed index has just clocked in at 61 out of 100, indicative that the markets are now in greed. For the cryptocurrency markets now, if we do come over to the weekly time frame, this does make sense because we have just for the first time put in a weekly candle body close above this trend line, which has basically kept us down since 69,000. Markets are obviously rolling into greed at this moment in time for the crypto markets. And we're very close to pushing into extreme greed for the stock markets, but more about that in just one second. If we come over to the daily time frame for Bitcoin, you can see, once again, whether you're looking at the weekly time frame and you're looking at the weekly candle body coming down to this 22,200 level, or whether you're looking at the daily time frame and looking at the same target, we are obviously coming back down fast to come and retest 22,200. Now, personally, I don't think this level will hold. We've got an FOMC meeting right around the corner. I do believe the markets are overextended in terms of liquidity. We've looked at lots of, Elliott wave theory, on-chain metrics. We've been looking at liquidity on the channel, so I really just want to focus on the fear and greed metrics in this video. But I will let you know, even in the bullish scenario, which I don't personally foresee happening, we have created a price gap to the downside in the immediate short term on the weekly time frame, while we have been in this most recent rally. So it is looking like we're coming down fast to come and fill the price gap at $19,865. Obviously, if you're a bull, you might think something like this is going to be playing out, but I think it's more likely something like this plays out as we do break down into new lows. But of course, like I said, the main takeaway from this is the cryptocurrency markets are now pushing into greed and are looking a little bit overextended. And if we come over to the stock market is actually far more overextended. You can see as a whole, the fear and greed index for the S&P 500 is currently sitting at 68. If we do come over to the S&P 500 itself, we've been looking at this Elliott wave pattern on the channel. I've been talking about this in some recent videos, but you can see, we've got a asymmetrical triangle here. We've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bearish wave count to the downside. Then we've been forming a continuation 5-wave asymmetrical triangle up to A, B, C, D, E, and we have just hit the top of this triangle, and it looks like we are coming down very, very fast. And even though we're dropping very, very harshly for the past 2 days for the S&P 500, the fear and greed index, which literally updates very, very frequently, this only updated about 5 hours ago, this is still sitting at 68, very, very close to extreme greed. Now, I'll go through some of the individual fear and greed indicators, fear and greed metrics, which do compromise this fear and greed index. I'm not going to explain how most of these are calculated just to save time. If you are wondering how they're calculated or you want to know a little bit more about them, check out the right side of the screen and you can see a definition for each one. But you can see the S&P 500 and its 125-day moving average. This is sitting at neutral right now. The stock price strength is in extreme greed. Stock price breadth is in extreme greed. Put and call options is in extreme greed. The market volatility is in neutral. Now this one is interesting. This one looks at the VIX and its 50-day moving average. Once again, if you want to read more about it, then check out this summary over here. But basically what's interesting is, basically the VIX trades inverse to the S&P 500, and every single time, you can see right now we're at neutral. Down here we were at neutral, and we had a huge run up for the VIX, which marked a huge move to the downside for the S&P 500. Over here we were in neutral for the VIX, we blasted up, and the S&P 500 crashed. Over here we were in neutral, we blasted up to the upside, S&P 500 crashed, and right now the VIX is just starting to have a buyback, and in fact, in the most recent video, we talked about the gamma squeeze. We looked at, a mix of the VIX and the VVIX, looking at the implied volatility for the VIX, and it is looking like, the VVIX, which a lot of the time moves before the VIX, is already starting to move up. So this is interesting to see. We're sitting in neutral, and we have a lot further to go to the upside before the VIX is, really topping out over here. Safe haven demand is in greed, and junk bond demand is in fear. This is really the only fear metric in the stock market right now, definitely holding us down from going into extreme greed. But nonetheless, like I said, the crypto markets have just pushed into greed, and the stock market, which is what the cryptocurrency markets follow, is very, very close to sitting in extreme greed at this moment in time. So that's all I've got. Like I said, just a very quick video. Just wanted to talk about some fear and greed metrics. If you enjoy the content, as always, let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment, share the videos with your friends. And if you do want more of my charts, posts, TA memes, all of that good stuff, be sure to head over to my Twitter at 618_cowboy. But for today, my friends, that's all I've got. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.